So it happened. I got a warning for flying a drone in Delaware State Park. No ill will toward the security officer that gave me the warning. He actually gave me a warning. He said I could have gotten a ticket, but he likes drones. But the rules are the rules, and I agree. And I did not intend to break the rules. The fact is, I did not research thorough enough for drone laws in the state of Delaware. But now, knowing that it was illegal, or at least being told that it was illegal, I immediately came home to find out what the state laws were for flying drones in state parks. Now, I had previously researched the state law for flying drones, but not specifically in state parks. And regardless of what the FAA says, each state has its own set of rules and can have its own set of rules in each area. So that means certain cities can have different drone rules, or certain parks can have different drone rules. He did tell me that in state parks it's prohibited, but in county parks and maybe even city parks it may be okay. I'm not sure what the difference is between city and county parks, but I have been in county parks where state police have sat right there and watched us fly drones with no issues at all. But again, in state parks, it's off. It's against the rules. So here's what happened. I decided to go out and finish a video about some ND filters that I got, and I wanted to also go fishing, and I thought, hey, this is a nice area. It's got to have some nice corn growing, some different colors and different contrasts, an old historical looking house. I could probably get some footage of that with some comparison with the filter on, with the filter off. I get down and walk across this big old field, and here comes this guy and his wife, and I'm pretty sure they called the security people on because we were the only two people there. Also, I'm pretty sure that it's illegal to drink a beer in a state park, but he had this big old can of beer and put it away before the security guards came. Security guard came around and said, "Hey, we got a call about somebody flying a drone. Was that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was me." He's like, "All right, I'm not going to give you a ticket for it or anything. I just want to let you know that it is against the law to fly a drone in Delaware State parks. So I got to write you a warning." I'm like, "Okay, cool with that. Didn't know. Thanks you for the warning." Thanked him. He went up. He wrote the warning. So after getting the warning, I came home and I did a little bit more research. Like I said, I didn't really search Delaware State Parks, so I wanted to know what the rules are for flying drones in Delaware State parks. And it does say that. By the way, if you want to search a website, a quick way to search a website is to go to that website on your laptop and hit Control F. That will do a find of any text on that website. So I went to the Delaware State Parks website. I went to Rules and Regulations. I hit Control F, and then I typed in drones. And when I typed in drones, the first thing that popped up, so it says no person shall voluntarily bring, land, or cause to descend or alight upon any lands or waters administered by the division. I guess that's the division of DenRec, Park and Recreations. Any aircraft, flying machine, balloon, parachute, drones, or apparatus for aviation except for prior consent from the director. And voluntarily means, if you plan on doing it voluntarily, it's against the law. But if you happen to have a failure, I'm flying my helicopter or my airplane and the engine stalls, yeah, you can land safely in an area if you have to. Second thing says flying a remote control model, including drones or landing or launching model rockets shall not be permitted in areas administered by the division except in areas set aside for designated such purposes. Special policies regarding insurance and operation conditions will be posted. So this is saying, hey, can't fly any RC aircrafts in there either unless it has an RC flying field. So in the state of Delaware, there is a park that has an RC flying field. I'm pretty sure there are a couple. Just where I'm located, there is one. And it does have its own rules and regulations for flying RC aircrafts in that area. So those are the rules. Again, didn't know I was breaking them. So I did my research on flying drones in Delaware, not in Delaware State Parks, and not trying to start an argument with the guy. I just was telling him, yeah, I'm sorry, I broke the rules. I did some research. I didn't see anything about it online, and I told him I even went to the little board. There's a welcome visitors board with a big map on it and all the rules and regulations of the park. It tells you no firearms. It tells you, whether or not you can fish in there or not. It tells you if you bring it in, you got to take it out with you. But it said nothing about drones, and that is my only I don't want to say, yeah, I would say concern. That's my only concern. If you have a law, if you have a regulation, I told him, I said, I didn't see anything on your sign out there that said no flying drones, so I'm sorry about it. And he said, yeah, it's not posted, we know. So that's a problem to me because, you know, you can walk into a store right now and buy one of these things without any, you know, knowledge of the law. You can walk into Best Buy and buy any drone you want. You can walk out and go fly it anywhere you want and not know it. And I think if there is a law and you want to enforce that law, you should give someone a warning about that law. So speed signs, stuff like that are put in place to inform the average guy that these are the laws. If you break them, there are consequences. I know ignorance of the law is no excuse, but not knowing the law is almost setting someone up for failure. So I would hope that Delaware State Parks, if you do have laws against flying drones, that you would post them. Because I've been in a few Delaware State Parks. I have a park pass, and I don't recall seeing any signs about flying drones. And I always look at the warning signs, or it says no firearms. I'm a Delaware State concealed carry permit holder, so you know I'm looking for all the rules and regulations so I don't break them and get in trouble and lose some of my privileges as an American citizen. So again, guys, this is a PSA. If you live in the state of Delaware, be very careful. Flying drones in state parks or over state parks is illegal. Check your local parks and regulations offices for regulations in other parks, because I will be going out to check to see whether or not it is illegal in county parks. The state park enforcer that I was talking to said it was okay in a county park right down the road that has a big field. I got to find out what that field is, and I might go out there and check it out. But I also have other fields that I fly in, and which are not state parks. They're just big open fields that no one ever goes in. So that's my story. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the vlog. Remember, follow the rules or you'll get busted. Talk to you later. Bye.